What we are going through is one of the worst ever heat waves to hit the country, with temperatures kissing the 50 mark in a lot of places. In such a scenario, it's actually a punishment of sorts to step out of the comfort zone. So what do? If you are a travel enthusiast or a car junkie, you escape. Escape, do this. Welcome to the Cool Escape series from 91 Weeks, and in the first episode we have the Honda Elevate with us. What is the location? How was the drive? How was the experience? Well, for that, buckle up and enjoy the ride. For the first episode, we're driving to the coolest and highest possible place from Delhi in less than 10 driving hours. Interesting enough? Well, let's start right away. Rewinding our trip a bit. We started off from the heart of Delhi at 7 in the morning. Got the Elevate tanked up, reset the trip meters, and we were off to a fantastic destination. However, before we show you the magic of Himalayas, here is the boring part. And that is about the initial run to the base of Himachal Pradesh. We're going to Devbhoomi, Himachal. This run is approximately 260 kilometers, but very important for the video because I want to discuss how the Elevate behaves at highway speeds, keeping around 90 on the speedometer, and even in the early morning hours, traffic is building up. A sign that people are escaping from the burning heat of North India towards higher elevation. Right then, on the driving part, first of all, the fuel economy. This is a 6-speed manual, and even at 90 kmph in the 6th gear, the RPM is under 2,500, which means almost 18 kmpl at the 100 kilometer mark. Feedback from co-passenger, co-driver Shipranshu, how's the AC?
The AC is a chiller. It's working on 24. The sunroof blind is open. We are getting the heat, and it's working pretty well. Even one of the vent is closed. But we have to see how it will perform in the peak noon time. So let's hope it will perform its best in the noon as well.
Right, so yeah, it is early morning right now, but the sun is on my right side. After a couple of hours before hitting the base of the hills, will that chill remain? That is the big factor. I think Honda has understood the Indian market very well. We want a good performing AC, and it is up there with the best brands right now in India. So we took a quick break at Karnal for what else but stuffed paranthas. We are in North India, and this is what we usually have for breakfast. All set for the leg ahead. Done 150 kilometers, and the display showing over 18 kmpl. That is the magic of this engine. It is performance oriented for a non-turbo engine, and yet it can be efficient for your mile munching abilities. Now there are crosswinds over here, a lot of heavy traffic which I'm overtaking at 90 with the cruise, and even then the Elevate remains stable. It does not get unsettled very easily, and for long trips you do need a lot of cubby places, cup holders to keep your knickknacks. The door pads are very generous. You can keep 2 1-liter bottles. You have a proper place for your wireless charging for your phone, 2 cup holders, and then 2 phone slots around the handbag area. So on a trip with 2 or 3 people, if you have multiple mobile phones, do not worry, the Elevate has sorted. What else? Steering stability is nice, but I can't wait to drive the manual Elevate around the hills of Himachal and give you my understanding, my opinion. Plus, the sun is out, it's becoming warm on the outside, so our cool escape should hit the hills in the next couple of hours. After Kurukshetra, we took the longer but emptier route Vaha Saha onto the Panchkula Saharanpur 4-lane. Less traffic kept our pace fast. At the 270-kilometer mark, we had stepped into Himachal with hills around. But even then, the display showed 37 degrees. Crossing one more toll, and don't mind paying the money if the roads are good, which are good right now. Welcome to Himachal. We have just climbed up towards Dharampur, from where left goes to Kasauli. Surprisingly, traffic is not that much. Maybe it's a weekday, and that is allowing me to really enjoy the elevate. For now, I've sent Sipranshu into a trekking car alone in the elevate, and just love throwing it around these long throwing curves. Ample grip from the tires, and we all know the technology Honda uses. These engines are rev happy. When you are in the power band, you will understand the kind of punch and how responsive the elevate becomes. It's not a sedan, it's an SUV. It's tall, and even then body control, which can be an issue with a lot of SUVs, is well controlled, and that is where you get so much more confidence to push the elevate. Brakes have a good feedback coming in. The gearbox has short throws, and because the visibility is nice, you can easily look across the curve as well to take an intended line, to attack that, and the elevate does that. So while it may not have a turbocharged petrol engine, if you are in the right RPM zone, you can enjoy the car, and it sounds good. I'll just roll on the windows. Wow. As a driver's delight, the elevate will not disappoint you. Love the way the throws work on this gearbox, and even straightening up these curves is so nice from a driver's perspective. If you want something that is sizable in terms of the interior space without burning a hole in the pocket, the top end is 16 something extra room. The elevate makes a lot of sense. Before we hit Solan, at the 300 mark, the elevate was still showcasing 16 kmpl. Brilliant! As for temperature, it was down to 31 and dropping. And then we entered one of the biggest cities here, Solan. Thankfully, road network has been improving here. So we are at Solan right now, and this is almost 5,000 feet above mean sea level. And yet, look at this. 32 degrees at this elevation at Solan, where it sometimes snows in winter. So pretty hot, a heat wave also in Himachal, but we will be going to double the elevation, so stay tuned. Moving on, our next destination was Shimla. Unfortunately, a growing concrete jungle, and with summers here, we were expecting traffic, a lot of it. 27 degrees, 350 kilometers, 15.4 kmpl, and we are stuck in a traffic jam in Shimla. It's a weekday, and yet long snarls expected. However, temperatures are definitely coming down. We are almost at 6,000 feet, but more to go. As we climbed up, leaving Shimla behind, we were glad for undertaking the trip. After the capital of Himachal, temperature dropped to 25, and then once we hit Fagu after Kufri, it further dropped to 21 degrees. views we Delhiites die for. We have left the concrete jungle of Shimla behind and elevation has been going up. Temperatures have been dropping. We got a fair bit of traffic till Kufri, but now it's complete peace and the only sound is of the wind hitting the trees over here. It's windy today, cloudy today as well, and these are pine cones which I love taking back home. Kids love painting them, as keeping them as souvenirs or showpieces. Just be careful of the glue and the gum on these. It can be very, very sticky. Anyways, the Elevate has been a very good option for the cool escape for us, and every now and then when traffic is not there, when the road opens up, I love pushing the engine. It loves to be, begs to be revved hard. It loves screaming as well. Sounds very well, and then you have ample poke to go around uphill curves and uphill corners. Our destination for the night is Narkanda, around 30 kilometers away. We should be there before sunset. We actually taken a lot of breaks for the shoot. That's why we're running a bit late. But if you go non-stop, you can be in Narkanda much before that time. So I'll collect a couple of these more cones, enjoy these views with the sun rays coming from behind the clouds. And of course, you have nets over here. A lot of nets protecting the fruit, the trees, which are apple orchids and other fruit orchids. Very essential. They're blooming right now. And to save the fruit from possibly birds, they put nets around it. It's a very common sight in this belt of Himachal Pradesh. So yeah, I'll collect these and we'll keep on heading towards Narkanda. As we moved ahead, we were in for a big surprise. Out of nowhere, passing clouds gave us showers for a couple of minutes. This was bliss, getting temperature down to 15 degrees immediately. With sun hiding into the horizon, we drove into our night halt at the outskirts of Narkanda. This was a peaceful hideout, and at night, it was time for a deserving break. A bonfire, cool temperatures, a friendly Himalayan dog, and quick talks about the Elevate. What a way to end the day! Narkanda is at 8,500 feet above mean sea level, but we had a climb to do, and this was the Hatu Peak. Just 7 kilometers away, but much higher. The road to this place, well, adventure in itself. Early mornings is the best time to leave for an adventure like this. We're going to climb from 8,000 feet at Narkanda to 11,000 feet at Hatu Peak. This is the highest place you can take a car in this area, and also the closest 10,000 plus feet location from Delhi. So this is the place we end our adventure. Left early morning, not a soul around. Just peace, and when I stop the car, it's the chirping of birds. That's about it. And the road is very narrow. It has been like this ever since the place was opened up to public. There is a mandir at the top, Hatu Mata ka mandir. We'll go there as well, and our video will end at the edge of the cliff. Thankfully, we got permissions to open the last door to the edge. Otherwise, usually public is not allowed to take the vehicles till the edge of the valley, but we do that. We get you some shots, but for now, just going through these super narrow uphill track to Hatu. And when you come here, because these are all blind curves, the road is very narrow, it's advisable to honk slightly at every curve like this, so that if some other car is coming, they will come to know, and vice versa. Even other locals especially, they do honk at the curves because there's no place for other people to pass through. You have to back up. But what a place, what a place. Temperature right now is 13 and dropping. The sun is out somewhere, but these woods, they are so deep, so thick, green cover all around, tall trees all around, giving us complete shade. Second gear, low speed, uphill, no issue. People sometimes say that's non-turbo and naturally aspirated. It's got a weak low end. Nothing like that. I'm still in the second gear and going through these uphill tight sections. It's doing good. Doing good. One more tight right-hander. Yes, second gear, not an issue. Not an issue. Well done, Elevate. Well done. We finally drove into the Hatu Mata Mandir complex, towards the highest point in Shimla district, right to the edge of the mountain. With not a soul around, this was the perfect escape from the furnace of North India. And we are at our destination, Hatu Peak. The driving time has been 9 hours 50 minutes, including the shooting time. So if you drive yourself, expect this to be much lower. 13 degrees, and for those who want to know the fuel economy, 14.3 including the shooting part. So if you drive the car without any shoots or stops, expect better economy. And what a place to be. What a place to be. Isn't this what life is always about? You need to escape from your daily grind from the concrete jungle and come to an escape like this. By the way, this particular section at Hatu Peak or the Hatu Mata Mandir is close to vehicles for the right reasons, but with permissions in place, we could get the Elevate for a while. Found a sort of friendly Himalayan companion and enjoying the views till they last. The Elevate in the meantime has been a fabulous companion. This shade of blue is also gelling in very well with the entire landscape over here. This, by the way, remains closed for almost 4 months in winters due to heavy snowfall. It is a high place after all. Thank you so much. You can relax over there. So anyways, the end of our cool escape with the Honda Elevate, but the series will continue in the months to come. We will be picking up other SUVs, other hatchbacks, other sedans to escape to a particular location which is offbeat, possibly not known to you from your city. If you want your city to be in the cool escape, let us know in the comment section below. And any question around the Elevate, please ask me as well. Of course, we are on every single social platform from LinkedIn to Instagram to Twitter to Facebook. Do follow us there.